In this short video, we demonstrate how access to the triage assessment results and mitigation guidance within the popular AbaData pipeline mapping application are presented to field operations teams. The teams have been consistently enthusiastic for the opportunity to gain access to triage results within AbaData, and for those clients who subscribe to triage and to AbaData, the results are available within all workflow components within the AbaData software, including map selection, reporting, and global database querying. Within only a few minutes, any field operator can have access to mitigation guidance for a selection of pipelines exported into Microsoft Excel for integration into existing pipeline management processes and to support pipeline review meetings with their chemical teams. We'll now take a short tour of triage within AbaData. Subscribers to both AbaData and triage gain full access to the triage hazard assessment results and corresponding mitigation guidance from within all data viewing and reporting elements. Access includes detailed pipeline investigations from within the map by double-clicking a single pipeline to launch the detailed AbaData pipeline data cards. The user can select one or more pipelines in preparation for launching a suite of 5 different triage engineering assessment reports for a map selection, or use the global report query tool to create a selection of pipelines for reporting. The user can select to symbolize the pipelines within the map view based upon triage risk classification for either internal or external corrosion, low, moderate, or serious risk classifications. Upon selecting a single pipeline for investigation within the map view, the user has access to expanded pipeline data cards. The standard AbaData data cards have an additional information tab displayed for triage subscribers, the Engineering Assessment tab. Upon selection, the Engineering Assessment tab displays an additional level of 3 information tabs, including Risk Internal, Risk External, and Mitigation Internal. The Risk Internal Corrosion tab provides details of key calculated parameters that contribute to the corrosion likelihood assessment for the pipeline. Consideration of CO2 and water film flowing conditions as a measure of potential pH suppression within stagnant water traps, and a summary of the parameters derived by application of data pattern analytics onto the AER public data sources, including well hydraulic severity, spatial relationship to historic failures, and vulnerability to incubation of corrosive fugitive fluids within upstream wells. In addition, the user is provided with calculated results that contribute to the consequence scoring. The Mitigation Internal tab provides field operations with detailed mitigation guidance for consideration. Here, the field operations teams apply their knowledge of the pipeline network connectivity and details of the mechanical operation of each pipeline, and they consider their operating experience and history of applied mitigation to determine the most cost-effective mitigation response for each pipeline. This is where the field operations teams are using the triage mitigation guidance to create their own adventure. The field team considers a hierarchy of preferred options, including routine pigging for mechanical removal of stagnant water traps, or the application of a heavy filming batch-applied corrosion inhibitor to install a physical barrier between pre-existing corrosion damage sites and the produced fluids. In the situation where pipelines cannot mechanically accept or propel a pigging device, the field teams are provided with the best alternative for modifying the corrosive environment within the pipeline as an alternative control measure. Finally, field operations are presented with guidance for how to best prepare the pipeline for non-operating status, with consideration of whether the pipeline will be exposed as a dead leg structure or whether the pipeline can be effectively isolated from the main production stream. The tab for external corrosion risk provides field operations teams with the results of the triage assessment. The detailed calculations are summarized that establish, number 1, the likelihood a corrosion defect will occur on the pipeline at either a girth weld or within the mainline coating system, and number 2, the likelihood that a corrosion defect, should it occur, will grow to failure. The likelihood assessment model also considers data patterns from within Alberta public data sources within the assessment model. consideration of historical pipeline performance for those pipelines with a strong sibling association. The results of the external corrosion hazard assessment can be considered by field operations teams when establishing the appropriate frequency for conducting CP performance surveys and for narrowing the focus for scheduling additional inline inspections and over-the-line coding surveys within a total integrity management strategy, consistent with a formal quality corporate SLMS management program. By application of the TRIAGE risk assessment results, field operations teams can improve the reliability of corporate pipelines at a substantially reduced overall cost. From within the AbaData map view, or by use of custom pipeline lists, the user can make a sub-selection of pipelines that are within his particular remit. Upon completing the selection process, 5 TRIAGE engineering assessment reports are available in addition to the standard AbaData reporting suite. First, the Pipeline Inventory Data Summary Report, a PL100 data report listing pipeline license data. A detailed engineering summary report for each of internal and external corrosion, including representation of the results within a 5x5 risk matrix presentation. Mitigation guidance for internal corrosion, which we have already discussed, and a data validation form to facilitate communication between field operations and trusted pipeline advisor. Any data submitted by field operations by this form will be integrated into the next TRIAGE monthly update as part of the subscription service fee. There is no additional cost for processing data validation submissions from field operations teams by use of this form. In exactly the same way, the AbaData user can engage the AbaData Global Report Query tool to select pipelines of interest and gain access to the 5 TRIAGE engineering assessment reports for the selected pipelines. Finally, the user can take advantage of the report export function within AbaData to create a Microsoft Excel report version of any of the AbaData online reports. This feature is a simple and fast method for exporting TRIAGE results for communication within the company or with external service providers engaged to provide support to the corporate pipeline management program. We invite you to dig deeper into our website to learn more about our technical innovation and the strategies for effective deployment of our work. At any time, please consider calling me, David Richardson, at the number on your screen to discuss our work and to arrange for a free trial access to your corporate TRIAGE results within AbaData. We look forward to sharing our ideas. Thank you for watching this video post.